Matatus and Nairobi. If there's one thing in this life that has given every Kenyan proper character development are Matatus. From their noisiness, their rowdiness, and even them distracting you and scratching your vehicle in traffic. But think about it. What if for one full day there were no Matatus in Nairobi?
You can see the Koja roundabout stage that used to have as many Matatus as can service this area of Nairobi. There are very few public service vehicles that we have seen, most of which are coming from Limuru. You can see the green bus that is parked really between those two buildings. And so you can see that the county seems to have been successful in executing this ban, but to what end? Because most of the commuters we've spoken to have expressed frustration about a government that they thought would represent them well, but the situation seems to be getting worse as time goes by.
What would be the impact? In this video, I'll be looking at 4 main ways that these Matatus are able to affect us should they be missing for one full day. And at the end of the video, I'll be showing, are there more positives or more negatives? The first impact I'm going to look into is the revenue impact. Now, think about it. Matatus are able to consume fuel, pay drivers, with mechanics, and even have street vendors. What is the financial impact that comes with this? The first one is the amount of revenue they collect per day, which is estimated about 250 million shillings. That's a good amount of money. The second amount of money that they actually impacts them is the amount that goes into wages and salaries for drivers and conductors. That's another 100 million. When it comes to fuel, 45 million. When it comes to vendors and mechanics that also go into these businesses on a daily basis, that comes to about another 3 to 4 million. When you compound all of that, it comes to almost 500 million shillings per day that goes into the business of Matatus. Now think about that impact and all that money disappearing in one day. The second impact we'll look into is the commuter time. Normally it takes an average of about an hour for you to get to Nairobi, but without any Matatus and buses, you'll be able to either double or triple that time for you to get to Nairobi. Some people may have the flexibility to work from home, but not everybody, considering that 70% of the people who commute on a daily basis to Nairobi are users of Matatus and buses. Now, these 70%, should they be given another alternative, borders and taxis, they actually have to fish out more money for you to get to Nairobi. And this more money is not something that's very comfortable for many people, especially if it comes randomly in the middle of the month that there is no Matatu for one day. So think about that impact. The other impact that this has is the impact on the environment and the traffic. If you think about it, a bus carrying 30 people will need about 8 taxis to ferry the same number of people to Nairobi. And that impact, that increase of the 7 vehicles for one bus is a very harsh impact on the traffic congestion that will exist as a result of that. Now, on top of the impact on the congestion, we have the carbon emissions. One Matatu may have a lot of carbon emissions, but think about adding 7 more individual cars. That is more carbon emissions to the environment, and that also still validates why the Matatus are important for us in this day and age. The fourth and final impact I'm going to look at is the social impact that Matatus have. Matatus are able to create an atmosphere for you to actually catch up on a number of things that you missed during the day, catching up on social media, or even listening to the radio that's going on in Matatus to be updated on the current affairs that are happening during the day, and actually connect to a random stranger. Who knows, some of the relationships I have in my life are as a result of a random stranger that I met in Matatu. Now, considering all these impacts, these 4 impacts I've talked about in this video, we can conclusively say Matatus are very important in our daily lives. Now, the next time you meet a conductor and a driver and they give you a hard time, just forgive them, because these people drive so much impact in our daily lives. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and sticking to the end. I appreciate that. Share this video with somebody who is always constantly complaining about Matatus, and I'll see you next time.